20th verse of the 9th chapter. Traividyamam somapaputapapa Traividyamam somapaputapapa Yajnairištva svargatim prarthayante Yajnairištva svargatim prarthayante Te punyamasadya surendra lokam Te punyamasadya surendra lokam Ashnanti divyan devideva bhogan Ashnanti divyan devideva bhogan. There is a question here. After listening to the 19th verse, where Lord Krishna said that I am the immortality, I am the death, and Sada Satchaham Arjuna, I am that which is and I am that which is not. The question one may ask that if everything is God, then why is it so that some people evolve in life, some people progress in life and others don't? Some people are happy in life and some people are not. There are some people who suffer. And sometimes even those who do good also suffer in this world. Why is it so? In this 20th verse, Sri Krishna answers that question. He says, in simple terms, he says that they definitely worship me, no doubt about it. But they worship me for themselves. They don't worship me for me. And let us try to understand this fine dividing line. Traividyamam somapah putapapa. Those who perform karma with expectations, sakama karma as it is said in our scriptures. And of course they do this sakama karma according to the process laid down in our Vedas, Traividya, in our three Vedas. Yajnairištva svargatim prarthayante. They seek the heaven. They worship me to attain heaven, for the access to heaven. And who are they? Somapaha. These are the people who drink the juice of a som herb. And putapapaha. They have wiped off their sins. Their sins are purified. Those who are purified of their sins. They worship me, Lord Krishna says, but they worship me to have an access to heavens. And what happens? Te punyam asadya surendra lokam. Attaining this Indra's paradise, Surendra Loka is Indra's paradise, the heaven. And as a result of their virtuous deeds, they definitely reach there to the Swarga, to the heavens. Ashnanti divyan devideva bhogan, and there they enjoy the pleasures, bhoga. Which type of pleasures? Lord Krishna puts two adjectives, deva bhogan and divyan bhogan. Divine pleasures and celestial pleasures. They enjoy them. What does Lord Krishna say here? That people who perform yajna, etc., sacrifices, good deeds in life, they do worship me. They do everything according to the process laid down in our Vedas. But the only difference is they do it for themselves. They do it with an expectation. They do it with an expectation of pleasures, material happiness. Well, there the word Swarga is used, but it does not mean Swarga is somewhere up there. It's not a geographical place. It's basically one wants to pamper his sensual desires. He wants to see good things, he wants to hear good things, he wants to taste good things. He just wants to have fun in life, as we say in the Western world. One has to work, dear friends. But what is the purpose of work? If somebody works just to meet both ends in life, if somebody works to earn some extra money so that they can blow it on the weekends, it could be a purpose that I want to earn, say, $1,000 in this week. Why? Because I want to go on a vacation at the weekend, or I want to go to such and such club and enjoy myself over there. Since he worked hard, he's definitely going to earn so much of money. But then what is the use of this money? It's going to be spent for a wrong cause, for not so evolved cause. Let us put it that way. This is what happens in case of Traividyamam Somapaputapapa. Their sins are purified. Putani papani swarga pratibandhakani yesham te putapapa. Shankaracharya says, Putapapa shuddha kilbishaha. They are focused. Well, there are some saints who give a very interesting meaning to this word Putapapa. Puta is pavitra, holy, pure, and Papa is sin, but in plural, sins. So what are these holy sins? Saints say that even the sins are of two types, unholy and holy, a pavitra Papa and pavitra Papa. Unholy sins are very obvious, we all understand: stealing, lying, licentious activities, whatever wrong, corruption. All these are obviously unholy sins. But then there are holy sins. What are they? Those who do these unholy sins definitely go to hell, definitely degenerate. But those who do these so-called holy sins also degenerate. But what happens? As a result of their holy sins, they evolve. They go to the heavens, enjoy the results of their holy fruits of their holy sins, and then after that they fall. Like these are the people who request God that God, we do want to degenerate, we do want to be engulfed in sensual pleasures, but please, before that, rise us, take us to the peak of a mountain and throw us from there, not just from the valley. On a serious note, people who do work with expectation are of this type. Because if doing something is limiting the progress of soul, then how can that liberate a soul if you do the activity with an expectation? Simple example to explain this. Here is a gentleman called Mr. John. He does some charity. Now, if he does this charity with an expectation that A, I should get tax break, B, I should get my praise from the society, I should be appreciated for what I have done, C, people should respect me, D, I should get power, I should get a position because I have donated so much, and so forth, so on and so forth. Now, the act itself may seem that this person, Mr. John, has done charity, he has donated, but he had so much hidden agenda. Once his conditions are fulfilled one after the other, initially he may enjoy praise from the people, but that may result in boosting up his ego, which is going to be a reason for his fall. He may get power. He may enjoy that power for a limited time, but once he is out of power, he's obviously not going to enjoy it. So there are two things. A, he has to accept that now he's out of power, he's not on the chair anymore, or he has to do leg pulling, dirty politics to remain in power as long as he wishes. Isn't all this cause stress on a person's mind? This is what Lord Krishna says. That once, instead of this, what Mr. John should have done, if he wants to do a charity, do the charity and get out of it. Don't expect anything. I had some extra money. I felt like sharing with the society. I felt like sharing with the people who are needy. I did so. And that's where my pleasure ends. I don't want to exchange my good deeds for some worldly return. But those who perform even yagnas, those who do good activity with expectation, cannot be free from this temptation. And this temptation is that which degenerates people. This is what it is. People who do good, but they do with self-interest, have to degenerate. They have to suffer at some point in life. Here in 20th verse, Sri Krishna says that as a result of that, and this world is a very simple equation. If you do good, you definitely enjoy good. But what are you going to do with that enjoyment? So they go to those heavens, they enjoy these divine celestial pleasures, and then what happens? Sri Krishna explains us in the next verse.